Hey guys, welcome back to Surviving Infidelity. Today's story is, should I, 48 male, tell my wife, 44 female, that I received a naughty tape of her in the mail? Naughty, if you get what I mean. Anyways, if you want to see more uncensored videos and more content in general, go down below into the description and you'll see a link for my Patreon if you want to see that. Let's go. Throwaway. This is an odd thing. Wife and I have been married 20 years. I've never suspected her of cheating, and our intimacy life has been outstanding. First of the year, I received a package in the mail. It was a DVD addressed to me, and a typed note that says, "Your eyes only." It's my wife having intercourse separately with 3 guys. She was younger, much younger. Based on body and appearance and hairstyle, it was around the time when we were going out, either before, during, or after we were engaged. This is a juicy one. First, I have no idea who sent it to me, other than the one of the 3 guys in the DVD, none of which I know. I'm assuming it's one of my wife's ex. Second, I have no idea why they sent it. Are they trying to say she was screwing around on me? The tape isn't time-stamped, so I don't have a frame of reference. She kept her hair short for years until we were engaged, so it could have been during a block of that time. Certainly before we dated. And also, what are we trying to achieve if this was taken before we dated? I know my wife had other partners. Hell, I had 3 times the partners she did before we were married, but that was 20 years ago, and I think we're past that. But apparently, this person, or persons, isn't. The whole thing is strange. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't told my wife, and I'm not sure how she would take it. She's very adventurous, and I don't think she'd like the idea of her past catching up to her. But I don't think I'll get to the bottom of this unless I tell her. Yeah, if you've been together for 20 years, I feel like this is something you should be able to talk about quite easily, especially as before. I feel like if it was me, I would want to know when this time of these videos were made, only because it is a 20-year marriage and you want to know things, but also 20 years on, I'd want to, I would talk this out. Okay, there's an edit. Update. I'm overwhelmed by the responses. Thank you for the interest. I did speak to my wife yesterday afternoon. She mentioned letting her watch it in private, and I gave her that option. She did, and we talked at length. Some of it was a bit clearer now. The 2 immature-looking videos are 2 roommates, taken on the same night. That's why the camera doesn't move, and that's why the room is the same. I asked why the bed looks different, and she replied, the sheets were a bit messy, so they changed them before they had another go. The other one is a boyfriend she dated when her and I met, before we actually started dating. She knows this man is friends with one of the before-mentioned roommates and thinks it's him who got the 3 videos together and sent them to us. Why? I like that this is a better communication, and that mans can find out who these people are, when it happened. She admits that last summer he tried connecting with her on Facebook. When she did, he tried to make it intimate again, so she stopped. She thinks he sent the DVD to cause an issue with us. Oh, that's petty. Okay, I hope she's telling the truth, but let's keep reading to make sure. I don't want to jump to any conclusions yet. For the first time, I now have doubts. Her answers are logical, but seem a bit off to me. And honestly, I may just be upset that she did it with 2 guys in one night. I know it was 20 years ago, but that's still hard to take. Call me shallow if you want. Also, she didn't seem shaken by the DVD or the fact that I had it, merely irritated that this person sent it. I had the idea she'd rather I didn't have it, but now I did. Oh well. It still leaves many questions unanswered, such as why the tapes are from 96 to 97 and the DV was made in 2013, but I'm just getting it now. That may be minor, but it may be everything. Plus, how does this gentleman know where I live? Oh, Facebook doesn't give you that information. Being in contact with someone does, so now you see why I have doubts. That is such a valid point. See, it could be 2 things. He knows because she's talking, and maybe they've seen each other there. You get the idea. Or we have a stalker on hands. So thanks for all the concern and feedback. I love my wife and cherish her, and her past is her past. But for some reason, it's slapping us in the face right now. I will take some time between the two of us to figure out what's truly going on. I feel this is very, very mature. Edit 2. I want to clarify something. I've been getting a lot of feedback, mostly negative, where everyone is irritated with me that I'm upset with my wife for being with two men in the same night. None of my business. It was 20 years ago. I should man up. That sort of thing. No one wants to really know that. They may know, but they don't want to see it or know that was, Look, I said it was hard to take. Most men understand their partner was with different people before them. But seeing their spouse with two men on the same night is hard to handle. Exactly. I didn't say I was changing my view of her or leaving or any other angst you want to put against me. It's just a difficult thing for a married man to see and realize. I'll get past it, but it's not an easy thing. And for everyone that says it was 20 years ago, lighten up, I challenge you to sit back, grab a beer, and watch two young men have intercourse with your wife on the same night and see how you feel about it. Frustrated at best, you won't love her less, but you'll not feel great afterwards, trust me. So thanks for everyone calling me an a-hole, but until you're in that position, I'll ignore you and thank you very much. I think that, like I said, you would know about past, but you don't want to see it. It's a whole different thing. Final edit. This will be my final edit. Thank you all for the support, but all I will say, it's time for me to make some decisions. I hacked into my wife's Facebook account. Childish and immature, I will admit, but I did it nonetheless. No, because I feel like it calls for it this time. It calls for it. You want to know. I found things disturbing enough that I need to think long and hard about what I do next. I've given her the benefit of the doubt through this whole entire thing. Now a shadow has been cast and I'm questioning her more than ever before. Heartbroken is putting it mildly. It's time for me to work on my life and myself. Thanks to everyone and their interest. So basically he's definitely found some information. We don't know exactly what. He put her trust in her and believed her even though he knew he felt something was wrong and not right, and it felt a bit off for him. Obviously he trusted his gut. I don't know if that's what everyone says, but that's what Australians say. He trusted his gut, and he knew that he needs to check. He needed that confirmation that the wife was not giving him, and I'm happy he did, because imagine if he never found this stuff. He would have just been kind of always in the back of his head about this tape that he received, but also not 100% sure about what actually happened. So even though as how bad it is, I am happy he did snoop, and I think snooping is valid in that sense when you don't feel like they're being right. But also privacy is a thing. It's a grey area, Anyways, let's look through comments. First comment is Burnt Pumpkin Pie, and they said, someone is sending you what is basically revenge with a smaller audience. Yes, tell her. _pizza says, my ultimate concern is that this is 20 years later and whoever sent it knows where you live. If they're psychotic enough to send the video, who knows what else they're capable of? That is a valid point. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe a stalker of his wife. But turns out the wife is actually just obviously doing some shady stuff with this person. And he is a bit crazy if he's trying to do that. But also I'm so happy he did, because OP wouldn't have even known. Would have never known. Would have never guessed. So that's a good thing in that sense, but it's horrible for OP. He has to go through a lot now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you thought of the story. And yeah, if you want to check out the Patreon, the link will be down below in the description. For more uncensored videos and contents, you should head there. And I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye!